Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Saber Pendragon Games. Today we're going to play some more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX on the Switch. Today we're not going after Legendary, but I am going to show you what I do behind the scenes with how I rank up, level up, spend my money, get lots of money, sell the items, and all the good stuff. But most importantly, I'm going to show you a few key topics. 1, how do I choose my missions to always get me amazing items? 2, what items do I sell? How do I get the DOJO tickets? The amazing DOJO tickets to level up your Pokemon within a minute and less. And so those are the main things I'm going to cover for you. And so I just got back from a mission, and I did go ahead and do what I do behind the scenes, but just to help speed it along, I want to just talk through where I go, how I do it. And so I always make sure I have at least 2 slots available in my mailbox, so that way when the mail comes from Pelipper, you can sometimes get 2 things in your mail. One is typically always a new quest, and I'll kind of see, do I really want this? Do I not want this? So these 2 I haven't really wanted, so I haven't accepted it. But sometimes you will get free DOJO tickets in your mailbox, and that is free tickets, guys. You can get bronze, silver, and gold. Typically, the higher the rank you are for your rescue team, the more chances of getting that silver or gold, and I find it to come every so many missions, so it's not like it's once every so many days. It's once every so many missions, in my opinion. And so after I go through my mailbox, I jump over here to the missions board, and I'll kind of sort through what missions are available. So I'm going to show you the ones I took just to help save time. So this one stuck out to me immediately. There's only 4 floors you have to go through, and you get a rainbow gummy. Rainbow gummies boost a random stat, which is almost like a free level up without leveling up. And so another item I always go for is max elixir and perfect apples, and any stat related boosts or buffs. And another thing I always go for is the DOJO tickets. But I always be careful of how many levels they are. As you can see, all of these are, this one's a little high, but I have a couple of quests already at this dungeon around the 20 floor level area. And so most of these are just 9 and below. So it's easy dungeon to go into, not that many floors to complete, and you get good items. And so the difficulty's not too hard, as you can see the difficulty level. However, if you want your rescue team rank to go up faster, you must select those harder missions. However, those missions, those gold star missions, can pop up and be on the 5th floor. It is possible. And so I'll snag those in a heartbeat. So I always make sure to see what missions there are, prioritize what's a good mission, what's not a good mission for what I'm looking for. And so typically I never go after tiny apples. I never go after bandanas unless it's a gold one or deluxe or something that I really am looking for. And so then after I select the missions, I jump over here to Wigglytuff. I used to anyways. I actually established every single camp, and so that's something you should do in your game as well, because once you establish certain camps like the Southern Island, then you can unlock Latios and Latias. So certain dungeons, certain camps you unlock will open up new dungeons to get you to new legendary. So that's always something to keep in mind. If you are having trouble staying determined on getting the gold for that, be sure to just go through the cheapest camps first, because then you'll feel more motivated as you unlock more and more a little bit quicker until you get to that 9,000 gold dungeon. And so once I get back from my quest, I typically run over here and see what he has for sale, and I will buy any item that is like Big Apple, Max Elixir, Revive All Orb if he ever has any of those, invitations for sure. And I didn't select the one-shot orb simply because I have Pikachu who can do a multi Pokemon attack for all Pokemon in the same room, so it's kind of like the same thing, except it's a little bit better in my opinion, because it's actually just, you don't have to carry an item for it. And so you can always check the TMs. I currently do not have a need to really look at any TMs, but as you can see, there's I don't really spend my money on those because I typically find them in the dungeon anyways, especially the dungeons that don't have a legendary at the end. They have really good, powerful TMs. And so I'm going to show you what I would take out to sell. So I don't carry any gravel rock or any spikes or anything you throw at the people, or the wands, because I find those a waste of a slot in my opinion, and they don't really do any damage like your attacks. And the deluxe ribbon I always sell, and then I typically sell every bandana and glasses except for sometimes the x-ray specs and a few other, like the friend one. I don't have that in here. And I keep the apples, I keep Max Elixir and orange berries, and then the other berries, the stat berries, I personally do not keep. I sell all those because when you get to the next floor, your conditions are back to normal, or you can just hit a little normal thing in the dungeon. And so I personally do not see a need for those. If you're tight on item space, that's something you can consider eliminating. Most of the seeds I typically do not keep. I only keep the tiny reviver seed, the seeds that increase my health maximum level, and that's about it. And then the orbs, I only keep the escape orb, sometimes the all power up orb, because those are really good in boss battles. The all protect orb, which you've seen with my Rayquaza video, super amazing. And then the revive all orb, of course, is one of my favorite ones of all time, because it's just great. There's no question about it. And then you can also have the troll orb if you're in need of items to gather and sell, or if you see there's a monster house in the map, but you don't want to go into a monster room, you can use that and all those items will come to you, so you don't have to actually enter that room, unless the stairs are in there, so it's up to you. And then the one-shot orb, like I said, is fine. The one-room orb I love, especially when you do those 99 floor dungeons. And continuing on, evolution crystals I never sell because you'll need them to evolve your Pokemon. Invitations, I love invitations. The TMs, I typically toss out any status TMs because I personally just want to do damage. I don't care about boosting my stats for a turn. So I'll typically sell those and only keep the damage ones. I have a couple of grass ones in here. I have a lot of fire ones, but I can't use it on Charizard because he already knows the move, and like the electric one. So I'm probably gonna sell those soon, unless I can get another Pokemon I want. And so I'm gonna just show you what I have in my backpack. I go, depending on what I'm going for in a mission, will determine how many I pack of an item. For example, I'm going to do some quests, and so I'm going to look at all my quests here. The highest floor is 18. And so, 20. There's one at 20. 28. So I'm not going to go to those ones. But I am going to probably tackle the Thunder Cave or Mount Steel. Probably Mount Steel because look at this, guys. I will get a rainbow gummy, and a gold dojo ticket for only doing 6 floors. So you can't do much better than that. That's amazing. Same with the Mount Thunder. I mean, special reward, that's typically they join your team. But hey, that's free Pokemon to recruit. And then also you get a perfect apple and a bronze dojo ticket. So those dojo tickets really, really help. And so because I'm only going to go on a couple of floors, I have just the necessities in my opinion. Oh, the Escape Orb and Max Elixir were from my depositing my money. And I'll show you guys how much I have. And so I typically pack a couple of apples, a couple big apples. I save my perfect apples for those 99 floor dungeons because it maximizes your stomach level. Max ethers, orange berries, a few seeds, 1 escape orb just in case, and then some 2 invitations because you never know how many you're going to run into. And then once you get all your backpack ready, you get your items sold for money, you go over here, deposit your money. Always make sure you deposit money or take out money and deposit it again because it will give you a free item. And those items can range anywhere from a regular apple to a reviver seed. And it's a good item for free just for giving him money. And so then after I do all that, I come down to the dojo, use my free tickets. You do not have to have them in your backpack because they will automatically show up. I didn't really look at how many I had, but so I got a lot of dojo tickets, so I'll just sit there for probably 10 minutes because that's all the more patience I have for the dojo. And then after all that, I see what stat items I have, go over to my camp, level up my Pokemon. The Pokemon that I'm going to be using, like my Latios, is my new addition to the team. So I have used a ton of rainbow gummies, DX gummies, iron, calcium, zinc, all that good stuff. Free stat increases, guys. That's how you're able to get your Pokemon have that nice defense and attack power without having to level up all the way to get there. And then once you get all your items and everything situated, you go on down and start your adventure. And I'm going to show you how I choose which one I want to go to. So like I said, Mount Thunder or Mount Steel? Mount Steel. So I always go, first of all, if there is a dungeon that has a little timer on it, always go for that. Because 1, it's limited time only, and 2, you are guaranteed amazing items. That means you get all the reviver seeds in the world, all the great orbs, all the expensive ribbons, the hard rare items that you need to be successful. And those items are just there, laying there, waiting for you to collect, and a lot of gold. So those are amazing dungeons. Always go for those, no matter what. You won't have any quests for them, but you're guaranteed amazing items. And then secondly, I always go into a dungeon that has 3 or more missions. Typically I'll go into the one that has a raised treasure. As you can see, the desert region has an increase in rewards, and so that means you get more chests, which leads to more dojo tickets, which leads to more rainbow gummies, leads to a bunch of good stuff. However, if I want certain items quick and fast, like what I want now is the rainbow gummies, I will go ahead and do that Mount Steel and get that one over with. And the thing is, it's only a few floors, guys. This one, the floor you only have to go to is floor 6, and you get 2 rainbow gummies and a gold ticket. So you can't really ask more for that. The ranking of those are not that great, but if you can get the items that's more value, in my opinion, because you will go ahead and do those other quests that have a higher rank, to get you your team rank up, which will give you even more items and more quest options. So always try to prioritize what you want in a mission first. Me personally is getting the good items to level up my Pokemon and give them better stats. That way I can go after the legendaries and go after what I want to do and continue the story. So if you have any questions, if you want to know more, be sure to like this video so I know that you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you. Comment below if there's another question I didn't answer, if there's another type of video you want to see, and I'll respond back and get back to you and see what I can do about that topic. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and hope to see you guys soon.